Have you ever found yourself waiting for that elusive spark of motivation before starting a task, only to realize that the spark never comes? You're not alone. The common belief that motivation precedes action is deeply ingrained in our culture. We often think, once I feel motivated, I'll start working on my goals. But what if I told you we've had it backward all this time? Emerging research in psychology suggests that this sequence might be completely reversed. Instead of waiting for motivation to initiate action, it's often action that generates motivation. This paradigm shift challenges the traditional notion of motivation and offers a more proactive approach to achieving our objectives. Let's delve into the science behind this concept and explore practical strategies to harness it. Motivation is commonly defined as the internal drive that propels us toward specific goals. Traditional theories, such as Maslow's hierarchy of needs, suggest that fulfilling basic needs leads to higher levels of motivation. However, recent studies indicate that motivation is not a static force but a dynamic state influenced by various factors, including our actions, environment, and mindset. The self-determination theory posits that autonomy, competence, and relatedness are fundamental psychological needs that, when satisfied, enhance intrinsic motivation. This theory emphasizes the importance of engaging in activities that align with our values and interests, rather than relying solely on external rewards. Let me share a personal example. Last year, I committed to writing daily, even when I didn't feel inspired. The first few days were a struggle. I'd stare at the blank page questioning my decision. But by week 2, I found myself looking forward to my writing sessions. Why? Because starting, despite the initial resistance, had created its own momentum. The phenomenon is often referred to as the action precedes motivation principle. When we start working on a task, even without initial enthusiasm, we often find ourselves becoming more engaged and motivated as we make progress. This effect is partly due to the brain's reward system, which releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and motivation, when we experience a sense of accomplishment. Thus, taking the first step can create a positive feedback loop that reinforces further action. I'm curious. What's something you've been putting off until you feel motivated enough to start? To leverage this principle, it's helpful to adopt strategies that encourage immediate action. One such technique is the 5-second rule, popularized by Mel Robbins. The idea is simple. When you have an impulse to act on a goal, count down from 5 and then move. This countdown interrupts hesitation and prompts immediate action, bypassing the brain's tendency to overthink and delay. By consistently applying this rule, you can train yourself to act promptly, reducing reliance on fluctuating motivational states. Another effective approach is the implementation of implementation intentions. This strategy involves planning specific actions in response to particular cues. For example, instead of saying, "I'll exercise more," you would specify, if it's Monday, Wednesday, or Friday at 7 a.m., then I'll go for a 30-minute run. By creating clear, actionable plans, you reduce ambiguity and increase the likelihood of follow-through, regardless of your current motivation level. Moreover, understanding the distinction between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation can inform our approach to tasks. Intrinsic motivation arises from genuine interest or enjoyment in the activity itself, while extrinsic motivation is driven by external rewards or pressures. Research suggests that intrinsic motivation is more sustainable and leads to higher satisfaction and performance. Therefore, identifying aspects of a task that align with your interests or values can enhance engagement and reduce the need to rely on external incentives. In addition to these strategies, cultivating a growth mindset, a belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, can bolster motivation. Individuals with a growth mindset are more likely to embrace challenges, persist in the face of setbacks, and view effort as a path to mastery. This perspective fosters resilience and a proactive attitude toward learning and improvement, which are crucial for sustained motivation. Environmental factors also play a significant role in shaping our motivation. Creating a conducive environment by minimizing distractions, organizing your workspace, and establishing routines can facilitate focus and productivity. For instance, designating specific areas for work and leisure can help your brain associate those spaces with particular activities, making it easier to transition into a productive state. Social support is another critical component. Surrounding yourself with individuals who encourage and hold you accountable can enhance motivation. Sharing your goals with others and seeking feedback can provide external reinforcement and a sense of community, which are powerful motivators. Furthermore, tracking progress and celebrating small victories can maintain momentum. By acknowledging incremental achievements, you reinforce positive behavior and build confidence, which in turn fuels further action. Tools like journals, habit trackers, or apps can help monitor progress and provide visual reminders of your accomplishments. It's also important to manage expectations and avoid perfectionism. Setting realistic goals and accepting that setbacks are part of the process can prevent discouragement. Embracing a mindset that values progress over perfection allows for continuous improvement and sustained motivation. In summary, the traditional view of motivation as a prerequisite for action is being challenged by contemporary research. Instead, initiating action can generate motivation, creating a virtuous cycle of engagement and accomplishment. By employing strategies such as the 5-second rule, implementation intentions, fostering intrinsic motivation, cultivating a growth mindset, optimizing your environment, seeking social support, tracking progress, and managing expectations, you can overcome the inertia of inaction and achieve your goals. Remember, waiting for motivation to strike can lead to prolonged delays and missed opportunities. Taking proactive steps, even small ones, can ignite the motivational spark and set you on a path toward success. So, what's the one small action you'll take today? Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Today. Your journey toward your goals doesn't have to wait for motivation. It can start with a single step, right now. And here's my challenge to you. After watching this video, take just 5 minutes to do one small thing toward a goal you've been postponing. Then come back and tell us what happened. If you found this video insightful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content on psychology and personal development. Your support helps us continue to provide valuable information to help you thrive.